My friends, I get so many emails. Guys are quite confused with the supplements. And supplements really is a study, my friends. It's a long-term study and evolution. You know something? When you hear me rant and rave about nothing these guys are doing in bodybuilding, it's absolutely nothing they can show me. Absolutely nothing. A lot of them don't know what they're doing. And the ones that know what they're doing build a good body. You can't show me nothing, my friends. I've done it all. I know what the bodybuilding. I've walked the ladder for over 50 some odd years. So when I hear these guys, and I can understand young fellas, believe me, because I was young. I was training when I was young. I talk about guys like Marvin Eder. We started in high school in New York City. And I see these people write when he was born in Brooklyn. He was born in New York City. Lower East Side. That's where our high school was, Seward Park. Seward Park High School. Oh boy, what great memories. And you know what? It's so good to have memories when they invigorate you, especially as you get older, especially as you see your friends passing, especially as you see your friends falling apart from using too heavy weights and all that kind of stuff. You just enjoy. I sit back and I say to myself, I tell you something, I say to myself, as I said, I've been so lucky, so happy. What a beautiful bodybuilding's been so beautiful to me. And when I see the younger fellas, I know what pain they're going through because they are hit with what we would never hit with, my friends. See, we didn't have guys all blown up like balloons like they have now. When we started, there was nobody, there was no real role. There's very few well-developed guys that were publicized then. So we weren't pushed to get built overnight, searching for some overnight miracle, because there wasn't any. And I remember the simple nutritional supplements that we were looking for when we were younger. Not actually looking for supplements, because there wasn't any. We used to use, of course, as I mentioned before in one of my videos, desiccated liver tablets was the thing in those days. It's a great today, but it's out of fashion. It's not sexy. Debited brewer's yeast, great all-around food, not sexy. Nobody buys it anymore. Speak up. But when I tell you about the evolution of supplements, it just makes me realize how far we have come and how little we still know. And that excites me. I'm not a person that don't want to be taught, but a person that don't know nothing can't tell me nothing. And I'm the expert in bodybuilding, not some guy started 18 years old, got all the answers, don't even know what it's all about. Or a guy that's even 40 that don't know what it's all about. But they have an audience, and that's fine. But what I'm trying to say to you, I remember so plainly the evolution of supplements. I remember, when we grew up, vitamins were like, sideline, nobody talked about them. And then the ones that they had, my friends, was a joke. Minimum daily, and someone was half a minimum daily a day. And we had enough sense then, my friends, to dissect that. The minimum daily means the minimum it takes to prevent a deficiency based on some arbitrary thing, because the minimum daily for who? 250-pound guy working out? A woman sitting home knitting? 10-year-old? What is it for? It was arbitrary. We knew better then. And so we started taking 10 to 12 of those pills. We didn't feel a dramatic difference, but we felt it was good to take them. We felt a little better. We weren't sure. But what got me, my friends, really riled up is not only the emails you fellas sent me, which I appreciate so much, because you want to know, is that a lot of these guys now see supplements is an attack on the income of the medical profession. They've done all they could to minimize. When I was growing up, when supplements started to proliferate, started getting stronger, the powers that be was saying that it was a waste of money. You pee it all out, and you don't need them. Now, you know something, my friends, I've said a number of times. If you want to stop selling vodka, put water in the bottle. People don't drink vodka for the fun of it. They drink because they get a buzz or makes them drunk. But it has an effect. If supplements didn't work, you would not say a word. People stopped buying them. They weren't buying the supplements that were put out then because they were worthless. They weren't therapeutic. They work with the body, and they have to be of enough strength to change the chemistry, to boost your chemistry. Now, what got me is there's a guy that comes on. He used to be pretty good when he was talking nutrition and half-assed knew what he was talking about. Dr. Oz. I heard him a couple of weeks ago because I DVR these things. And he had the nerve to say, when you're looking for vitamins, get the lowest potency. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Then he said, you should cut your vitamin, and already it's worthless. The lowest potency is worthless, that has no effect. Then he said you should cut it in half and take part in the morning and part in the evening. Why waste your time? That has no effect at all. Then he said, stay away from mega doses. I said, my God, do you ever say them say stay away from these drugs with 1,000,001 side effects? Nothing could be worse than too much vitamins. How are you going to overdose on vitamins? They work with the body. There's no such thing as overdosing. Maximize your nutrition with the supplements. And I hear this, they never stop trying to cut down people being introduced to supplements and what it does. You know, it just amazes me that they're still at it. You know, they were saying vitamins was worthless. Then they said you could overdose. Then they changed it to you could, we don't want for so high potency unless you get a prescription from your doctor, and your doctor knew less about it than the man selling magazines. They don't study it. I'm not knocking medicine, but medicine is entirely different from the supplement. The supplement is a threat to the entire profession because you know what it does? It makes you healthy. It don't treat, it prevents. You need medicine. I'm not going to, medicine's the greatest advancement in human history that they have now. But, I mean, there's not a drug, as I said before, known to man that builds the immune system. Not one. Drugs is a Band-Aid. And when you take that Band-Aid, you better have healed by taking care of yourself. But getting back to supplements, my friends, which I'm talking about it right now, disregard what it says on the bottom. Minimum daily means nothing. You have to maximize your intake. Don't worry about overdosing. Worry about not getting enough. And as I said before, when I worked myself to the bone, what saved me was I was taking a massive dose of the bees. The bees are the most important vitamin you could take. It's an all-around vitamin. And to give you an idea about the history of nutrition. Years ago, many years ago, pernicious anemia was as deadly as the worst cancer is today. You know why? They couldn't find out what it was. You know what pernicious anemia is? The inability of the body to metabolize B12. It's the chemistry of the body. People that got that, they need a large dose of B12 to override the chemistry that could not get it from their food. That's why you hear these people say, you can get it from your food. Ooh, yeah, food is the mainstay, but fortifying, boosting it, because you never know what the body is not handling efficiently. So, you know, they just watch you die. They didn't know what to do. Not one of them thought of doing that nutrition. And you know how they found it? By mistake. One doctor was finding that his patient, when they take his blood, the pernicious anemia level would go up and down and up and down. And he said, what is this guy doing? Because it's usually downhill all the way. What is he eating? Found out the guy about 3 or 4 times a week, he loved liver. Fried liver he liked. Liver had such a predominance of B12 that it could override the body's inability to metabolize B12. So you know what the treatment was for B12 for years before they isolated? Because the last thing they looked at is nutrition. The treatment for B12 was a half a pound of liver a day. That was the only treatment. Till they isolate what it was in the liver that took care of pernicious anemia, and it was the B12. Then they gave up B12. Talk about pernicious anemia, it's like talking about measles are more prevalent today than pernicious anemia. It just don't happen anymore because of the B12. But it came from natural, and they can't see natural. The same as they call it British sailors, limeys, because they used to get scurvy, which is a vitamin C deficiency. Well, anyhow, my friends, we're going to have to make this more than one video because I'd be talking to you for half hour. So for now, that's all I'm going to give you for now, but I will be back for part number 2. So you get a good foundation on nutrition. Understand it, and you'll be able to apply it better, and you'll feel better. So to be continued.